It's going on, fellas, and welcome back to Hungary for Success with me, FoggyPlays, on FM21. Today we're taking on Valerenga to see if we can make it into the group stage of the Europa Conference League, which would be fantastic. Who would have thought that we'd be in Europe already? No, even just the fact we could be into a group stage. That's just... and we're also going to be taking on Hungary in the league. So if you do want to enjoy this episode, do make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It warms my heart when I get a notification saying that someone has subscribed and I check my videos and I have a load of likes on them. It makes me super happy, and I'm hoping that it makes you happy too. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Right, fellas, so since you were here last, we have managed to lose our first league game of the season. We lost to Meshkoved. Our season preview still has us sitting in 9th, if I am not mistaken. Yeah, we're still expected to finish 9th. I think we're better than that, but the bookies don't seem to think so. I'm aiming for top 3 again. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But like I said, we did lose to Meshkoved. We also beat Valerenga in the first leg, which was fantastic. 3-1. It sounds comfortable. It wasn't. It was touch and go right until the 75th minute when Karl Garbut scored, and I was like, oh, Karl Garbut, the best left back we have at the club. Then got himself sent off the next game. 89th minute, gave away a penalty, and we just recapitulated. We were playing fantastically well up to that point, and then once he got sent off, we just fell apart. As you can see, pretty much everybody had a horrendous game except Ortiz. Ortiz played a 6.7. Bang average was, pretty much all you can say. We end up conceding 3 goals in 4 minutes. What can you do? So we're going into this game against Valerenga with a 3-1 advantage, hoping we can kind of just continue as we're going. We do have a couple of situations that you need to be concerned with. Zoigbear had to be sent away on a holiday because he is very, very tired. Our players are exhausted. Barna, Vass, and Garbut are all exceptionally tired, so I'm leaving them out for today. But Ortiz starts the game with not full fitness, and Derlatka sits on the bench, even though he has been absolutely useless. I'm just going to hope that we don't have to bring him on. Derek is disappointed, or he's disappointed with the last conversation we had, because I told him he was playing shit. And to be fair, he has been. But we don't have a huge amount of options in the way of, what we can do. I have made a couple of tactical tweaks again, because even though the tactic was working previously, not so much recently. So we are going to say I expect a much better performance. People aren't overly fussed by it, so I'm just going to see what I can expect to see quality finishing. Monazimi, you need to be more motivated. Every time I tell him that I want him to have a good game, he's like, why are you being so mean to me, boss? 10 minutes in, not a single shot yet. Been a booking, but no shots. There we go. Valerenga have the first shot after, 13 minutes? We have a throw-in on guard. Can't find a friend. Derek gets it to Ortiz, who's probably going to have to come off at some point. Monazimi's through, and he slots it into the back of the net. Monazimi's 4th goal of the season. I think he's our 2nd top scorer. He's really been kind of a come off the bench and score goals kind of striker this season. And last season. He's not been much in the way of a goal scorer to begin with, but I'm not going to worry about it. I am happy. We've nullified their away goal with an away goal for ourselves. So as long as we don't shit the bed, we should be fine. Garate has had a little bit of a drop off in his attributes of late. Typhon back. Oh, he's just chipped that keeper. I have swapped the central midfielders around. I've put the box-to-box on the left, and I put the Mazzella on the right for this game, just to see what would happen. Seems as though it's kind of worked so far. With Typhon back, chipping their goalkeeper. This is fantastic. But yeah, Garate has had a little bit of a drop off in his ability recently, which is fantastic. Monazimi has picked up a knock. It's bruised ribs. He should be fine. On guard is going to get himself sent off, isn't he? What is it about left backs? What is it about left backs that Garate is going to come off? I'm going to leave Monazimi up front by himself. Piralevsky is going to move over to the left. Fortunately, that means I have to bring Darlatka on to play at right back, which is not something I was hoping to do. Do I want to use an inverted wing back? Inverted wing back on attack. Go for it, buddy. Just before halftime, we have on guard sent off. I feel like this is the year we're gonna have, like, we didn't have a player sent off last year. I think all of last season, no sending offs. This year, 2 in 2 games. And both my left backs. Hood Wagner didn't quite get to that either. It's disappointing because he's been quite good at saving penalties recently. To be fair, 2 goals from 0.39 xg. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I would say. I think it's pretty good. I'm disappointed that we've had on guard sent off. Where is on guard? Oh, he's there. It says he's on yellow, but we know he isn't. I'm going to chuck a bit of praise at the lads, just because we're doing well. We're down to 10 men. Probably should just sit back and hope for the best. We're controlling possession, but that counts for nothing if we don't come away with the win. But like I said, 2 away goals. They'd need to score. They need to score 3 more goals. I'm hoping they don't. Monazimi brings it back to Markella, Derek, Tiefenbach, Derlatka, all the way back to Hood Wagner. Derlatka has been on the pitch for 20 minutes. He's playing terribly. Kamara cuts inside. Easy for Hood Wagner. Well, I say easy for Hood Wagner. Normally easy for Hood Wagner. I'm not so sure recently. He's been a little wayward so far this year. His normal demeanour of being the giant in goal, controlling everything, not so much recently. Ortiz gets it to Versace, finds Sterlatka. All he needs to do is put one fantastic ball into the box and get an assist, and I'd be like, oh, he's an amazing right back, best right back of the club. He's not, but I could turn around and be like, oh, he's just fantastic. Tiefenbach is just sauntered past a bunch of players and then strikes that one a little bit unfortunate. Unfortunately puts it a little bit wide. Versace back to Tiefenbach. Versace's been a little quiet in the recent games, but he's down to a 6.4. So is Schedler. To be fair, our players are exhausted. We've played so much football already, and come on, lads, bit of encouragement. It's 5-4. That was terrible goalkeeping. I'm aware you want me to go very defensive. I'm not going to. We need to make changes because we have players booked, players are exhausted, and I don't want to get anyone sent off. Nemeth is going to come on for Versace. Piralevsky is exhausted. Markella is booked. Not playing terribly. Ortiz, you're going to have to come off. Vang. Look, you just be a wing back on support, yeah? Vang is not the player I would want to be bringing on in this situation. It's not really the best. But if we can score one more goal, or just not concede, even if we concede one, I think we're still fine. And Schedler's picked up an injury now. Yep. What do you want to be as a striker? You want to be a poacher? Yeah, be a poacher. Just go balanced. Just balanced, cautious, defensive. We're going defensive. More direct. Bring the tempo way down. Dribble less. Be more disciplined. Just pump it long. Slow the pace down. Don't get stuck in. And we leave it at that. We're down to 9 men. This is fantastic. Do you want me to add shorter passing? No, no, no. No, no, no. We're going to make it into the group stage. Somehow. That's probably one of the worst matches I've had in a long time. I'm happy with how this tie went. We won the first leg. Then went on to finish the job here. Not happy with the performance. No. I'm going to give out to the players that didn't play all that well because nobody is overly motivated to begin with. Darletka, you were absolutely shocking. Darletka is probably the player that I've on the bench now that I'm like, not so sure. So that is us into the group stage, which is fantastic. Oh, 6 weeks without our best left winger. Fantastic. On guard. Banned. Oh, he's also wanted by Shaggy's. So that's interesting. They did offer 300,000 for him, and I said no. Who did Stoigber? It's probably going to be the one that comes in. Maybe Adam Nemeth. Nemeth is transfer listed though. So what I'm going to do is, when's the draw? Right, the draw's tomorrow. We're going to do the draw instead of the Honvi game because it's probably more important. So we'll be back for that in just a second. Right, fellas. So it is now time for the group draw. We are seeded 4th, but interestingly, Put Wagner and Pushkash have both been called up to the Hungarian national team, which is beautiful. The making it this far, 2.66 million, which has brought our balance to 4.3 million. We are rolling in cash, buddies. Fellas, we are doing fantastic things. So let's see, how bad is our... We have 2.9. We're the worst team to have made it this far. So let's see. I'm pretty sure we're the only Hungarian team that... Are we the only Hungarian team that made it? I think we're behind Dundalk. I'd love to get Dundalk, actually. Play against me local... Well, not me local, but a team in my country. So we're just going to jump forward a little bit, just get all the third seeds drawn. So is there anyone here that I'm looking at and I go, do you know, I think we could do well in that group. AEK, Osijek and Austria Vienna, maybe. We definitely struggle with Group C. I'd like Group D just because it's Dundalk. I think we could do well in Group E, Astana, Qarabag and Maritimo. Group F, I think we'd actually have a decent time in Group F. We wouldn't win the group, but we could do something. Group G would be absolutely fine. Moscow, Mold, Shigenja. Definitely not Group H. I really don't want Group H. Right, so Group A is gone. Okay, so we got Group B. That's fine. We got the rest of the teams. Group B, you know, this is fine. We can do this. We can survive. We jump forward one more day, just so we can see what changes have been made. Handed a tough group. Any group was going to be tough because we're not really expected to do anything. Fixture rearrangements. We've had a lot of fixtures moved. Some of our players have played quite well or trained quite well, which is nice. That's what you want to see. I think for the first round of games, might just jump a bunch of games forward and play Osijek and Austria Vienna. Might even do a triple header: Osijek, Austria Vienna, and AEK. Just do three of the final 3 games in the group, depending on how we're going. If we get absolutely smashed for the first 3 games, we won't bother. We'll just come back for like Austria Vienna, AEK. We'll see, because I want to we're like, this is episode 6 of this season. At this stage, we're normally like March, you know. We're still in July, or we're still in August. So I kind of want to get going at the moment. So we'll come back for Osijek, Austria Vienna, and AEK, depending on how that goes. But if you have enjoyed this episode, I think it deserves a like, because we've made it to the group stage in our first season, and I don't think any other Hungarian team has even made it past the qualifying round of Europe. I'll have to check. Actually, might just do that now. Let's see how we're how the rest of the lads are getting on. So Ferencváros, they made it to the Europa League. They got knocked out of the Champions League by Maccabi Tel Aviv, beat Astana, and now they've got a draw against Salzburg, Sociedad, and Maribor. Let's see in the Europa Conference League. Betters, they ain't making it any further. CSK Moscow knocked out Ferver, which is kind of expected. And MTK were knocked out by Kaliu, Estonian. An Estonian team knocked out MTK. It's fair enough. So yeah, that's pretty good. It's just us and Ferencváros in the European competitions. So it'll be interesting to see if we can do well in the league and survive in Europe. Not so sure. I feel like finishing mid-table this season would be a good one. We'll have to wait and see what happens. The board are still pretty happy with everything, purely because we've, made the group stage. We're going to make some savage money this year. Might actually be able to make a push for trying to win some sort of. And I'm going to try and do something in the Hungarian Cup this year, because we did well our first year. We shit the bed last year. So we're going to leave it there. If you have enjoyed this episode, do make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share with all of your friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!